I think I've been sleeping a little bit on some of the free legendary characters you can get in Raid Shadow Legends as a free-to-play. There are actually some good free-to-play legendaries, and they just added a new free-to-play legendary you can now acquire. So we're going to talk a little bit about these and kind of do some ratings and see if they're worth going for. And no, I'm not talking about the Ninja promo code. And no, I'm not talking about Vizix the Embode and the login rewards. There are other legendary characters you can get for free. So let's talk about that in today's video. And man, just look at that. I was just rolling some 3- and 4-star random stuff to do some of the side quests. And check this out. Resilience helmet's only 4-star, but speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack. Probably gonna keep that guy. So check it out. Here's my free to play, and yep, I've got a few legendaries. We've got Ninja, which is a free legendary. Then we have Lanicus and War Mother that we have managed to pull out of Ancient Shards so far, not even within 2x. We got really lucky. Lanicus was like the 3rd legendary, or excuse me, the 3rd Ancient Shard I ever opened on this account, got me a legendary, and War Mother was not that much farther after. So it is quite interesting. We have some of these legendaries, and to be honest, legendaries can be very important because a lot of times they can have great base stats, they can have abilities that other characters just don't have. Speaking of abilities that other characters just really don't have, one of the legendaries you can get for free offers something which is fantastic. If you actually look at Tag Team Arena and go with the Bazaar, you can see here I've been purchasing these Drexthar Champion fragments. You can buy up to 100 fragments of them, which means you can get the legendary character 100% for free just from Tag Team Arena, and you can do it in 100 days exactly. If you go and look at your fusion here and you go to fragment fusions and you look at Drexthar, you can see here I have 4 out of 100 shards. I have 96 days to go because there's a 24-hour cooldown. And you may say, okay, well, how do I get the currency to be able to actually acquire this legendary free-to-play character? Well, if you look, it's 360 gold bars, okay? If you actually look at the tiers, in the very beginning tier, you get paid out 410 gold bars for making sure you do your 10 battles once a week, okay? However, if you go through and do your battles, you do your 10 battles per day and you win them, and all you got to do is look through and refresh, put your defense as just level 1, so that way you're at the lowest possible rank. Then all you got to do is refresh, try to find people that didn't really set a defense, for instance, or a lower defense like this one. You go through, you auto through this battle here. And then what that allows you to do is get a 180 gold bars for winning all 10 battles. So you get 180 gold bars, which is half the amount of gold bars you need for Drexthar. Then what you do is you go to your quest, you go to your advanced quest, and you use your 12 crypt keys in Faction Wars. You can even do it on just the first wave if you can't beat farther or anything. And that gives you a Tag Team Arena refill, which then you can go, you can use your Tag Team Arena refill in here once you've done all 10 battles, which gives you 20 total battles. And once you've won 20 total battles, that gives you, check it out, exactly 360 gold bars at the lowest tier, okay? So even at the lowest tier ranking, meaning day 1, as soon as Tag Team Arena is unlocked, you can begin farming 1 fragment per day, and it would take 100 days to get that legendary champion. And 100 days to get the legendary champion is actually the quickest way to get a legendary guaranteed in the game, because 90 days is Dark Aetho, 120 days is Dark Elaine, 150 is Lordly Legionnaire, and then it's 180 to get Skyward the Drake. So Drexthar is actually 100% the fastest way to get a legendary in the game. So let's actually look at how good of a legendary he is in order to debate if we actually want to go for him. So if we actually look at Drexthar here, he is a Demonspawn, which in my opinion, as I was doing Faction Wars, Demonspawn was one of the harder ones to do in my personal opinion. So for that reason, I think getting a legendary there is a great deal. Now look at the aura. It's increased ally accuracy in all battles by 70. This is all battles. 70 accuracy is a lot. This is effectively like a low-level chest plate or accuracy banner from the beginning of the game. For this reason, having a high accuracy lead in all battles is actually a really big deal when you don't have much gear for accuracy. I think that's part of something people sleep on him for. If you look here, 55% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns on the attacker when hit. Champion's resistance is increased by 10 for every enemy under an HP burn debuff, stacks up to 50. Okay, so you can get 50 bonus resistance and you have bonus ally accuracy, right? Because of the aura. So resistance and ally accuracy in the same one. Not only that, but he is weak to the green affinity, which means on Spider Dungeon 20, people are going to target him, meaning he can HP burn all the Spider lanes to help you with Spider 20, which is another really big part about him. His A2 has a chance of placing Provoke on all enemies, and this chance increases up to 100% if the target's under an HP burn debuff. So once again, you can understand why this would be good. Also gives him 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns if the Provoke debuff is placed, meaning you get 40% chance, which goes up to 60 when booked, of both placing a Provoke as well as a decreased attack, which again, then you have more, accuracy, so that's probably gonna land them resistance, so it's probably going to stop them from being able to hit with the Provoke, you know, once they are actually attacking back, land with debuffs from the basic attack and stuff's probably not gonna land because you have the resist anyway. Check out this. The basic attack hits 3 times, so he's great with charges. On top of that, 30% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns and heals him by 20% of the damage inflicted if the target is under an HP burn debuff. Meaning, once you have masteries on them, you don't even need lifesteal. So you don't really need that much accuracy, you don't need that much resistance, you don't need that much lifesteal. That's why this character is so good, and he is good in a variety of places. Faction Wars, great in Spider because of the affinity. He's just a wonderful champion. HP burn is good in the Doom Tower as well. It's good against waves at the higher level. This is a top tier champion with good base stats that, in my opinion, you've absolutely got to focus on getting from day one. He is the fastest legendary in the game to acquire, okay? Weirdly enough, he is. Now, moving on here, he's not even the last legendary because we have a new legendary that got added into the game, which is the slowest legendary basically to acquire. So you can purchase champion fragments of Yanuka here. It is 5 fragments will get you, or excuse me, per week you can get 5 fragments because that's the limit. In 20 weeks, if you have all of this stuff, you can get Yanuka. That's 140 days. So it's still quicker than Sky the Drake login reward bonus, but spending, it's also effectively 10,000 coins. And 10,000 coins would get you over 1,000 speed charms. 10,000 coins would get you 20 epic books. 10,000 coins would get you, 3 rank 5 chickens. So you could either have 20 epic skill tomes, or you could have a Yanuka, or you could have 3.5 rank 5 chickens or a Yanuka, or 1,000 speed charms or a Yanuka, or you could even have 200 core hammers or a Yanuka. All right, you could also have 10,000 energy or a Yanuka. So there's a lot of trades in here for the Yanuka. I don't think Yanuka is 100% going to be for a fact the must buy every time. The silver, I mean, you could even get 20 million silver or a Yanuka to give you an idea. But Yanuka herself isn't a bad character, and if you're having trouble clearing faction wars, I actually think that these legendaries then have something to be said for it, because it maybe the characters aren't like, it's a Yanuka, it's a Drexler, they're not the best characters in the game. They're still good characters, but not the best. But what they are is legendaries that are decent in a faction, which will allow you to get more gear overall over time by conquering the faction war. So let's go ahead and look at Yanuka. So Yanuka is basically a nuker. If you look, her basic attack, if she's under Vel, is going to allow her to attack all enemies twice instead of just a single enemy twice with a chance of placing Leech. Instead, you're going to hit everyone with the same chance. Now, if you look, her A2 attacks a singular enemy and gives her a perfect Vel. Okay, so we start to understand that. And it gives her the perfect Vel only if she crits, though. So you have to crit. And then it's a 3-turn Vel, however, and it's a perfect Vel, which is really good. It also gives her an extra turn. So when you have this booked, she can have 100% perfect Vel uptime due to the fact that the cooldown and the time of the perfect Vel buff are the same. Moving on to the A3, this one hits really hard. It attacks all enemies and it ignores shield buffs. removes all shield buffs from the targets if this champion's under a veil, a perfect veil, then deals extra damage equal to 15% of the value of the removed shield buffs. So if you're in perhaps Arena, or if you are in Doom Tower, or really any situation, I guess, where you go Faction Wars, any situation where you gotta work with shields, you know, Valkyrie, stuff like that, she's actually pretty nuts, because not only does she hit really hard, because she does hit really hard. If you look at her basic attack, it's almost 1500, and she has the 63% base crit damage as well. But on top of it, she hits bonus hard when she removes the shield. So I actually don't think Yanuka is that bad of a character. She used to be trash, and then she got buffed, and she starts to actually do decent damage now. You can see the ratings are kind of a little all over the place, but Yanuka is not a bad character. It's a decent selection, I think, for somebody who is a free-to-play character. Yeah, ally attack in all battles, which isn't a great aura. If she had a better aura, she'd be a lot better. But she's not a bad character either. I think Drexthar is maybe a little better, but she's also not bad. So now you have multiple options for long term. Now we have Yanuka as a fragment fusion also, which means you can work on Yanuka while you're working at Drexthar, and you can be building 2 legendaries while you're getting the 3rd legendary from the login. So by the time you get to 180 days, like by the time you make it 6 months, you should be able to get Yanuka, Drexthar, Sky with the Dregs, right? You should get all those 3 legendaries, and maybe Ninja if you started the game at the right time as well. Which reminds me, I need to log on to my main and get Ninja. So there really is a good amount of legendaries you can get right now. You can get Ninja for free, you can get Scout of the Drakes for the login rewards, you can get Yanuka, you can get Drexthar, and that's before we even account for any of the ones that you're gonna pull, and before we start accounting for things like Arbiter. And one of the other things we didn't even mention, which is the best one, sorry about the car in the background, my neighbors just started their very loud car. If you look in the background here, check this out, okay? The fusion, you have the permanent Rosin fusion, which again is another character we haven't even discussed. So you get defense down and a weaken, you get AoE term meter removal, you get AoE nuking from Yanuka with shield removal, you get AoE provoke, which is a good form of CC, plus AoE HP burn from Drexthar. By the time you have all of these tools, you're going to have a fairly large amount of tools in your tool belt. Plus, Arbiter herself is going to have the revive and all that, and obviously Arbiter you're going to be getting for free as you progress through the missions, which I'm actually progressing through. We're getting closer to another Sacred Shard, and picking up Arbiter is kind of the point where you switch from like early game to the late mid game sort of builds on your account. And so personally, this is just how I see it. I see that these legendaries are quite good. You should probably focus on all of them because it's highly annoying to do now, but once you start getting 100, 200 days into the game, like I'm almost halfway there, right? Look, I'm 45 days into the game. So if I had been buying Drexthar and Yanuka, every single time, I'd be a little bit farther progressed than I am now. Now with the clan versus clan giving rewards for the clan shop system as well, if you actually look at the clan rewards and you look through here, you get coins. Like I got 500 coins for just the tier 1, completing all of these, and 500 coins I can use to buy Yanuka 5 times if I would like, for instance. So that's just how I see it. I think that it's pretty good currently in the game to be able to get free legendaries. There's 5 free legendaries you can get out of them currently, and all of them are actually decent legendaries. So just thought I'd kind of cover that in this video. Love y'all, and consider subscribing if you would like to see more videos like this one. See you on the next video. Oh, also, I'm gonna go live. I gotta work on the clan versus clan tournament, so I'll see you there. And the Well Pod is recruiting. So if I'll make probably a different video about this one, but if you're a large power well and you want to join the Well Pod, we are building the clan back up, because you saw we're only tier 1. So we're building it back up to get to the maximum tier. That way on the free to play account, I can get crazy rewards. Woo! So that being said, hit me up.